So this is a photo of my bedroom in around about 1979. And it's quite a painful photo for me because you can see what I was doing was covering up that hideous 70s wallpaper. Maybe that's why I was doing it, I don't know. But I had this habit of, or I had decided to cover the walls with photos, right? Out of shot. I've got another photo of my brother's side of the room, which is over there. That side was Battlestar Galactica photos, and this side was Star Wars. And it's painful for me to look at this photo because not only was I putting up the poster magazine posters, but I was cutting up magazines um, and making this montage on the wall. And what is very painful is it wasn't just magazines, it was like the collector's edition publications for Star Wars I would cut up. And the most painful thing about that is one of them that I cut up. I'd been up to the original Forbidden Planet in London and got it signed. I got it signed by Mark Hamill, Dave Prowse, um, um, Anthony Daniels, etc., etc. And I cut it up. I decided I would make this wall montage of Star Wars images, and what a bloody idiot I was. Anyway, um, my point is, by starting with this, is yeah, I used to cut up magazines and cut out pictures, right? And stick them on the wall, but not always stick them on the wall. And I was reminded of that when I was going through a box that I got out my mum's uh, attic, this house's attic, clearing everything out. And I came across this photo, all right, which you most probably will recognize. This is the Surak, the Vulcan Shuttle from Star Trek, the motion picture, all right. I never stuck this on the wall, but I'm thinking I cut it out the magazine to keep it because that is a brilliant reference photo. And I think back then, for something like Star Trek, the motion picture, you never got photos as clear as this of the model. And I think that's why I cut it out the magazine. And you can see it's pretty crumpled. Um, I don't know why I cut it out or what I did with it. All I know is it ended up in a box in my mum's attic, right? So I rediscovered this the other day. I was going through um, just loads of old junk, and I came across this photo, and it's like, oh yeah, that is a terrific photo. That is, and it is. That is a brilliant photo. Um, and then on the other side, it's a thing about the film Meteor. But at the bottom here, it says Starlog March 1980, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy that Starlog, get it again, because I'd like to read this article. I never kept the magazine, I just kept the page. Why did I only keep that one page? Is this the only thing of interest in Starlog for me back in 1980? Okay. So, yeah, I went on eBay, and sure enough, there's plenty of them, and it has just arrived. There was plenty of them, and they were really quite cheap. And I went for this copy because this issue had a bonus science fiction record enclosed, page 18. I don't remember that at all. I don't remember there being a record. I don't remember owning that record. I must have owned it because I bought this magazine. Um, so, yeah, it's just arrived. It's come in a plastic sleeve. I thought we would have a flick through and find out if there's anything more of interest than the shuttle photo. I'm guessing there must be because look, Buck Rogers design in the 25th century, robots on film. Meteor, maybe not. So, excuse me. Uh, let's have a flick through together, shall we? Find out why did I cut this magazine up instead of just instead of keeping the magazine. So yeah, we're back in March 1980. What was going on in March 1980? Yeah, the condition's a bit ropey. I've got to be gentle with this. Let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, Steve Jackson from Hartlepool. The photo shows Mike Harris, myself, and our model, the Nostromo from the film Alien. We built the model from wood, cardboard, and plastic for publicity purposes for our local theatre. Both of us took graphic design courses at Hartlepool College of Art, the same college that Ridley Scott attended. That's not a bad model. That's really good, particularly in 1980. Yeah, yeah, you had the. I've just done a short video on it. The the design book, but yeah, that's good work. Always wanted the Nostromo cap, never got round to buying it. How much was it back then? $7.95 if you wanted a genuine, authentic Nostromo cap. Galaxina, all this dates things. Selling the black hole. Migos radio controlled Vincent. How much would that be worth now? Blimey. What's in the news? Lucas planning Spielberg team up. Are they talking about Raiders Lost Ark? Let me see if I can see it. Da, 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 da. Blake Edwards is going to make Lost in the Stars. Okay. Condor Man is on its way. Well, I can't. Oh, there we go. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas are planning to team up for a top secret project entitled Raiders of the Lost Ark for Paramount. If the deal goes through, the script written by Larry Kasdan will be directed by Spielberg, produced by Lucas and Frank Marshall. Oh, I remember that photo. I remember that photo. That's come back to me. So if I remember that photo, I must have held on to the magazine for a while. I did used to. Oh, Blake 7. Um, BBC catches SF fever. Yeah. Yeah, I think I must have had this magazine for a. Oh man, yeah, I remember that. Never bought it, but hey, that's like War of the Worlds. Imagining the Vija. Oh, this is the record. That's the record. Look at that. It's a flexi disc, and it's unpunched. It's you got to punch that out. Galactic sound effects. How to play this recording. Play at 33 and a third. Punch out center by placing entire record over turntable spindle. If the record sticks to spindle, enlarge the hole slightly with a pencil. Oh yeah, that'll work. Bend record slightly if curled. Should stylus jump, increase stylus pressure. For best audio reproduction, place coin on surface to prevent slippage. What? And we have sound effects. Alien video scanner, battle stations, warning neutron bomb activated. Martian heat ray, 15 seconds. Who are the people who put this together? Audio, Ken Walker, a contributor to Cinemagic, is well known for his fantasy film music utilizing electronic synthesizers. They were created by Ken on his own custom-built machine and vividly convey the sounds of tomorrow. An electronics designer with a long musical background, Ken presides over his own sound effects company and is Starlog's special projects director. And then the painting was by Jim Thompson. You know what? I think I might actually give this a go. Have a live playing of this record in a future video. And it's not going to be long. It's going to be about 3 minutes in all, by the looks of it. Wow, look at that. Don't remember that at all. Sound effects, the electronic age. Well, of course. That's why we've got the recording. What's this? To remove your galactic sound effects recording from this issue of Starlog, open magazine to center staples. Open the center staples. Well, you just cut it out, don't you? Oh, oh well. So, all right, electronic sound effects. I don't remember this. The Starship Enterprise TV and cinematic designs. Early dry dock designs. No, don't remember this part. There he is. It's not saying who it is. I don't know who this gentleman is. If you know, can you let me know in the comments, please? There's nothing on the side here. And here we go. Here's his meteor. I don't remember these. There we go. Art director for Buck Rogers. Oh, it's an awful lot of text and not a lot of images. I know Wilma. Where's Wilma? Shocking. Salvage one. Blimey. Oh, there's the other bit of the record. Double future life discount ticket. Okay. Um. Hmm. Ooh. Now I do not remember this at all, and I would have thought I would have cut that out. You know, I never had the Space 1999 technical manual that was out around that time. Oh, why didn't I cut this out? Drawn by Jeffrey Mandel, 11th of May 2000. Oh, I see. Yeah, little joke. It's a shame that one side is lovely and glossy and white, and the other side is matte and yellowing. Original hand painted cells in limited editions. Does it say how much? Filmation cells, including Star Trek, Tarzan, Batman, Fat Albert, The Archies, Groovy Ghoulies, Return to Oz, and many others. Oh, hang on. So you you can buy them here, but you can't. You have no way of telling what it's going to look like, what it is. $20 each. ST1A, ST5, ST6. Is ST Star Trek, do you think? $20 for a filmation cell. Blimey. Back to Star Trek. Meteor again. Never liked it when they would cut up an article. You'd start reading it, and then the second part is like later on in the issue. What's the point of that? Oh, look, here's the cell. Is this the cells that? Yeah, I think these are the cells, aren't they? Yeah, look, because there's six, so ST6 must be that one. Wow, I would have had those for sure. Maybe even the Tarzan one. Well, well, I can see why I kept the shuttle photo, um, and I'm guessing I cut it out because really it's not rereadable. I mean, that's brilliant, but it's 1/3 of a page of text about the Hawk. Um, no, I was expecting more for that. Um, yeah, I mean that is by far the best thing in it. So I can see why I kept that. I'm thinking maybe that's why I did it. I cut it out because I don't need the rest. But what I would have done with it, apart from putting it in a box, but this is good. This is really good. I've got one of these up in my attic, and actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to. I was going to end it now, this video, but I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to pop up in the attic, and I'm going to come back and I'll show you what I did with my one of these. So end of part one, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. So the Surak Vulcan Shuttle I've owned twice. Um, I owned it when the film came out, and God knows what happened to that. And then I got it again when it was re-released. God, how many years ago was that? 10, 15 or more years ago. And I remember buying it and just being really disappointed with it, because that was my first experience with quite a common thing now, which is to simulate all the panels and everything. You basically have large decals, um, and that was back in the day before I had discovered microset and microsol. So I built the model, tried putting the decals on. Like you would have one here for this section here, which then would go round and underneath. Tried putting it on, and it would just sit there like cling film, and it looked terrible. And I was just really, really annoyed with it, and I gave up on it, right? And I just junked it, the decals, not the actual model, because the model was really good, right? And it just sat there looking at me, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I decided to do a small conversion, and this is it coming up now, because and also um, it recommended like a pink color scheme, and then the decals would change it from pink to lilac or whatever, right? And it just, I, I just gave up on it, and what I did was I gave it a, a coat of white primer, covered it all back up, covered all my mistakes up after taking the decals off. And what I came up with was this. And this is what I thought was what I'll do is this is a Vulcan Shuttle, sure, but it's been stolen and it's been converted, it's been adapted, it's being used by uh, bounty hunters, space pirates, whatever. So I just went my own way with it, which I really rather enjoyed. So to get it away from the Star Trek one, I decided to paint it yellow. And you can see here, I did use some of the decals, okay, but I just put them wherever I wanted to put them. And by the way, this is so nifty. I think this is the first time I actually had a model with a magnet built into it, because that's magnetized. Um, so yeah, I went my own way with it, color-wise. What I did with the decals, I had some leftover. I think at the time I was into the Mac kits and SF3D, and they come with some pretty novel decals sometimes. So yeah, this is some sort of bounty hunter or pirate's ship. So that's the top, and then yeah, that the skull and crossbones is definitely a Mac decal. And yeah, just weathered it, uh, gave it a dirty wash, did a bit of pasteling, and yeah, and it came out a lot. I was a lot happier with it like this than where I was going with it in its pink lilac configuration. So there you go. Well, that ended a bit differently to how I thought. I wasn't expecting a trip up into the attic, but there you go. I hope you found both bits of this video interesting.